This was also a dream brush for me to create, and it was definitely a brush that was missing and filling a hole in the market, not only just with BK Beauty, but just with my personal brush collection that I use on set with clients. Like, I need a brush and I rely on a brush. I'm always looking for a brush that is soft and it's fluffy and it's going to diffuse an eye makeup look, but also diffuse under eye concealer, under eye powder, crevices of too much makeup. The N20S is your multitasking mini diffusing brush that is just going to get in there and get the job done really soft, really smoothly. So if you have any harsh edges with your eyeshadow look, this brush is going to knock it out, blend it out, smooth it out. Let me show you how to use it. So when I'm using this brush, I actually like to build upon my eyes and kind of lock in my crease with whatever powder bronzer I plan on using that day. In this case, we'll be using the Dior Forever Matte Bronzer. This is in the shade 10, Soft Matte. I'm going to dip in with the N20S, tap off the excess. This is what I do every single day, is I dip into whatever bronzer or whatever transition shade you're using. You probably know by now, if you watch my channel, that I love to use whatever powder bronzers I'm going to be using that day for that makeup look as my diffusing and as my transition shade in my crease. So even if I'm going for like a more cool tone makeup look, I'll still run like a tiny bit of whatever bronzer in the crease with a diffusing brush like the N20S, because it's going to give it that like cohesive look. It's just going to add that little something that gives your makeup like that pro finish. A diffusing brush is like that final look in the mirror. So with that said, the N20S is that final look in the mirror for your eyes. So top, bottom, this will have your eyes covered and it'll diffuse any harsh edges. So I'm layering a bit of that bronzer, and you can see I'm doing a very loose windshield wiper motion. This is a very soft bristle brush. It's going to expand when it hits your skin, and it's meant to diffuse. So it's got to be fluffy and it's got to be soft in order to diffuse any kind of eye makeup look. So the reason too that I like to use a powder bronzer in the crease before I finish up the eye makeup look is I'm actually taking this out towards where I have that cream bronzer, and it's giving me like a nice connection. Same thing, you can actually bring this down along the bridge of your nose, even pre-foundation, it's okay. It's going to be there doing its thing later on, just like that. Prep and Prime in the shade Bright Forecast. We're going to use this as our color corrector. Small amount, just swiping on where we need it to reduce redness. And I'm going to grab that N20S. Once again, I clean this one just so I can use it again. Blending this back and forth and doing a light layer of color correction, just really where we need it. For this, I'm going to use a product that I am quite literally obsessed with. It's a KJH brand Hyper Shine Light Pigment in the shade Light Gold. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to just do a tiny, tiny squeeze of the Hyper Shine serum. We're going to swirl in, coat each bristle just like that. Pre-blend a little bit so I make sure I don't have too much on the brush. Now what I want to do is hit the very bridge of my nose, the very tip of my nose, and the very top of my cheek, bringing extra glow where I want it. Now just for fun, we're going to hit a tiny bit on the eyelid. Don't be afraid. Just layering a little touch of it.